And we're back here at Suburban Lanes with the 58th Bill Rahm Invitational Tournament. We're just getting ready to start game number 2. Brock Lykens leading off this game. Throws his first ball. And he leaves
2-4-5.
the 2-4-5, three pins.
Three quarters of the bucket.
Yeah, kind of the way he started off the first game, although not leaving 3 pins. He did that once, but started off with 4 spares. So I think he wants to get off to a better start than that. Ooh, and he picks the...
Left the 5 pin.
Yeah.
5 ball.
He picked the 2 and 4 off of that. That's easy to do if you hit too high up on that 2. Yeah. So Lykens with an open here in the first frame. We want to remind you that we're brought to you in part by Mike Robinette at Trinity Monuments, Todd Nye at Nye Builders since 1946, Jim and Jeremy Lederer at Lederer's Body Shop, Ralphie's Great Food and Sports, Galleon and Marion, Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic in Marion, and Rick McWaters at Cycle Check.
And Brock did have a ball change there in that first.
And Mike leaves the 10 pin again. Did that, in the 9th frame of the first game, and now here in the first frame of the second game. Talk about Mike had the oddity of bowling his brother in the first game of the tournament on the first weekend. And he converts the 10 pin. Both good bowlers, both Mike and Bob.
Yeah. Well, when the guys were drawing for their opponent there in January, and everybody said, oh yeah, it'd be great if Mike and Bob picked each other to bowl, and don't you know, Mike was the first one to draw, and then Bob was second highest in average, and he draws the next number, and lo and behold, it was Mike. And so
they draw in the order of how they finish. And Mike picks up a strike in the second frame.
Not allowed to point.
29.
Not allowed to point.
That's taunting. That's taunting.
Yeah. That's directional.
Yeah. No driving.
Brock's going to try to recover from that open in the first frame. And he does. He comes back with a strike on lane 10. Second frame. So back on terra firma, they might say. It's a little bit more.
Well, they changed back to the ball that they had used before. I think he was just testing out the waters on that first frame, and they found out the waters weren't working too well.
Yeah. Stay with what got you here, I guess.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess during the course of the year, they use several different balls, most of them, right?
Yeah, except for Mike.
Except for Mike, yeah.
Uses his urethane all year.
Another strike for Brock Lykens.
He's recovered there.
Yes.
After that open.
Yeah, after the open, you following that up with 2 strikes, gets you back in the game. Mike Lear on his approach. Game is released. And another strike. So that's back-to-back strikes for Mike Lear. Both of these bowlers are pretty conventional. Sometimes they'll have, some of the bowlers will have just a little bit of a glitch in their backswing or whatever.
Yeah.
But both these guys are pretty much.
They're not crankers. They're pretty much down and in.
Mm-hmm. They throw hard, but they don't over exaggerate the backswing.
No, Most of them are very consistent.
Mm-hmm. And he got a clear out on that one. Just a little light on the head pin, but he was able to get everything cleared out. So
One thing about this tournament is all these guys bowl together in league, so there's a lot of kidding, joking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's serious,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody gets upset with anybody else.
Right.
It's just,
Yep.
it is what it is. You bowl to bowl.
Another strike. That was a solid pocket ball. The 7-pin went up and hit the top of the recovery. So both of them sitting on 3 strikes in a row. Well, didn't clear out the 10. So that breaks.
Looked like it was coming a little high.
Yeah, just a little bit high, and it doesn't allow for anything to kick back to that 10 pin. And anything I say that is incorrect, do not have any problem correcting me, because I've already disavowed my knowledge of bowling. So he spares after 3 in a row. So again, avoiding that open frame. We want to remind you that brought to you again in part by Greg Lenhart at Lenhart's Auto Sales, the Kimberline family at Bucyrus Road Materials since 1939, J&F Construction, Gary and Judy McKee at Quality Printing, and Adam Weisner at Advanced Fiber Technology. Oh, nice pin action there.
Whoops, what? Yeah, exactly.
So Mike Lear sitting now on four strikes in a row. He did that in the first game. He had 5 in a row in the first. So he's kind of back in the groove again.
Actually started with 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess not.
He's getting some action.
That was out there,
He
by the way.
got that out.
Yep, yeah, it was out there a ways.
The first arrow.
You know,
Yeah.
That's strategy, right?
Your plan? Hey, Mike, you got a pocket. I got an area.
An area.
It's locked. Oh, up to 2-8.
Another tricky little spare to convert.
Yeah, you gotta hit that
Got to hit it pretty much square on.
square on.
Mm-hmm.
Ball hooking in the right, driving through.
Mike had the first 11 last Saturday, the first shift. He left the 2-4-8 on his 12th ball for 297.
And he converts. So played it nicely. You know, I guess we kid Mike about where his ball is, but it doesn't matter where it starts out; it's where it ends up, right?
That's right.
Don't make it what you do on the way up there, as long as you're in the same place you're supposed to be when you get there. Steve Skaggs used to give him one of these in his back swing. Everybody said, I don't know how you do that. I said, don't make a difference what you do. It's where you're at when you let go of the ball.
How that ball gets there.
He's sort of the
That might be good. Oh,
left the
my
10
goodness.
again, left solid 10. He's left that solid 10.
Go get him another ball.
So Skaggs was kind of the
He's got another 7 there.
I got 1995 ball.
Lykens with his approach. 10 picks up the 10 pin. So again, dodges the bullet on opens, but he's pretty much matching spares with strikes right now.
He's got 225 in the, 125 in the sixth, with a spare in the seventh, so he's running a 200 clip right now.
Yeah, and that's unless
Mike's on a 230 clip.
I was gonna say unless Mike really blows up, that's not gonna be enough. And another strike. It doesn't look like he gets tired of throwing strikes, though. Yeah.
He said he's only going to only throw one ball.
Yeah,
That's right.
that makes it easier, you know.
Well, and speaking of that, for Brock to get here, you were mentioning he had to bowl 28 games.
Yeah.
Mike only had to bowl 16.
Right.
So, if you're looking at that.
Obviously, you want to stay in the winner bracket.
Yes. Yes.
Or you don't want to go over the loser bracket the first day.
Exactly. Yeah. Left the solid 10.
That was a weak 10. 6 you played the gutter.
So after 6 strikes in a row, got it in the pocket, but just didn't quite carry the
Like he
10 pin.
He missed his mark. He was shooting over the first arrow and missed it just a little bit.
And he converts the spare. So avoids the open. Remind you that we're brought to you in part by Mark Osborne at E. Crane International in Gallion, Dave and Judy Hedrick at B-Dry Basement Waterproofing, Isaac King and Dylan Watt at Advanced Fiber Technology, and Martin Bernhardt at Mike's Roofing.
Put that out of off. Oh, boy. Bucket again.
Again, as we've mentioned before, this is a tough conversion.
Yes.
Last time he chucked the 2-4 off of that bucket.
That ball skewed a little bit. Didn't look like it rolled real well.
Has he switched balls again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And he converted it. Nicely done there. As we noted, that can be a little tricky,
Yes.
but stayed away from the open.
Mike's going 240. Brock's going 200. A little high, left the 4-9 and a 4-pin fell over. They got a 9-pin.
He's lucky the 4-pin fell over.
I know.
That's another one that's hard to leave just the 9, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a tough one to do, but probably a little easier to pick up than the 10.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the gutter. And he gets it.
You always see the 9 is a 2-tap for a left-hander, and 8 is a 2-tap for a right-hander, because when the ball hit the pocket, they just drive the 5 straight backwards instead of over into the 8 for a right-hander.
Yeah. I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention Howard and his passing.
Yes.
Yes.
He was a big part of this tournament,
Yeah.
and everybody misses him here, I know.
He was a co-founder of the bowling alley.
Yes.
He bowled in 5 bill rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Howard Steinman we're talking about, and I can remember when I was a kid, bowling in junior leagues over here. Howard was mentioned this before in our first broadcast. Howard was always here,
Yeah.
and patient as patient could be with a bunch of us screaming memes running around here. 11, 12, 13-year-old kids, bowling alley full. He was a good guy.
Yeah. Well, Howard knew these machines inside and out, and
Mike's had a tough spirit to do this. I've seen him miss 2 or 3 in a gutter.
Mm-hmm.
He's keep picking them up today.
Yeah, he said he had just the one open in the first game and still rolled 255. So he's
You know, strikes are good, but you got to make this fair.
yeah, you got to
You
the
can't
boy
throw
open.
5 strikes and have 4 opens.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. And another strike for Mike there on lane 9.
We strike here, we in the 250s again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tough to beat.
Yeah,
It's tough to beat. You know, Brock would have really had to been on a
When
top
you-
game.
But when you're shooting 200 and he's shooting 250,
Yeah, yeah,
you'd be 100 pins down after 2 games.
yeah. And you didn't shoot that bad. Wobbly 10.
248 with a spare.
Wow, 255, 247, 248 start
Yeah.
is pretty imposing if you're the opponent.
Yeah.
And 248 for Mike Lear in game 2.
Hey, Mike.
I think if Mike ever decided to give up bowling, he could probably become a stand-up comedian. I think he does pretty well with that as well.
He doesn't have to give up bowling to be that.
He can still do that.
He's already a stand-up comic.
And another strike for Rod
He
Lykens.
can strike for 210.
Yeah. And keep him in shouting distance if he could do that.
He'd still be down.
86.
Yeah.
That's
gonna
tough
say
to pick
about
up. That's
90,
tough to
but-
pick up in 2 games.
Yeah.
I remind you that we're brought to you in part by Jason and Justin McMullen at Crossroads Candles in Cooper's Mill, Jose Mata at Pepe's Grill, Marion Road Bucyrus, Kingston Residence in Marion, and Dwayne Watts at the Watts House of Insurance. And lane 10, Rod
Gotta
Lykens.
have some luck on that second ball.
Yes.
Knock the 4-pin down finally.
Yes. And he'll have one more shot here. On lane 10. And as you pointed out, Bill, if he strikes out, he'll have a 210. And he does.
Yeah. That's one way to make it.
The 10 pin knocked over the 3 pin, which is kind of unusual, right?
Yeah.
So,
The way Mike's bowling, it might be to pick up 86 pins in 2
Yeah,
games.
that's going to be real
yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, so we're sitting at, after game 2, 503-417 lead for Mike Lear. We'll be back to you with game 3 after this break.